of the things that he said that I honestly agree with is he's like, Miyo's a great propagandist, right? He's a phenomenal propagandist. You know what I mean? Like if you're an outlier, you're not really listening to what he's actually saying, things like this. You know, he's a very effective propagandist. And it's like the problem is that you can be an effective propagandist to a layman, but if your ideology gets pressed and you have nothing to back it up.
Like you're a fraud. You actually have no idea. You're a compulsive liar, and you're a fraud.
Ahead, man. Go ahead. I don't write in assembly.
145
but,
you don't write in
record,
anything. You don't have any idea about any of this shit.
All right, man. It's really funny. This is an epic rant of yours. But the fact is that this is my history. This is my past. Yeah, I'm a programmer. Yeah, I could pull up code on
You're
stream
not a
and show
programmer,
you.
my dude.
Yeah, I am actually. Right now, actually, it's one of my side projects is I'm writing a trading AI in MQL4 to work with MetaTrader in order to build a trading account.
Everybody.
Fascinating.
My father actually did financial and trading software, and one retarded motherfucker is not enough to do code for financial shit.
Wait,
you need teams of troubleshooters to understand.
I gotta give you guys the background here because this maybe you'll put some of this in perspective. So I'm driving. I drive a lot in my job, right? I drive different machines, different robots, different shit like that. And so I'm driving and I'm talking with Miyo on the phone, and he did tell me about this. Like, to be fair, he did tell me that he was working with another person on, you know, some type of like software engineering thing, so that, you know, and it was a market app and this kind of thing. He didn't really allude that it was like his or anything like that. He just kind of like said that he was working with somebody else on this. So, you know, here I know for sure, at least, that there's some evidence that he's probably telling the truth. Like, just to be completely fair, you know what I mean? Because he had told me about this prior. So, just like full disclosure for some background there, just so that you guys have it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff that he says is actually partially true. I think that, like, you know, he probably does play some instruments. He probably did get paid to play an instrument one time. He probably does work on some coding stuff. Like, you know, he may have sat out in front of a 7-Eleven and somebody dropped a dollar bill into his cup while he was strumming the guitar. Like, maybe that makes him a professional now. Like, in some ways, like, yeah, I think that he's telling the truth. I just don't think it's to the extent that he makes it sound as though like he's an expert at these things, or, you know, that he knows all about it. Like, because I feel like you would know at least about like surrounding fields, or at least you would have heard some of the terms that Destiny brings up. Because Destiny's not an expert on any of these things either. He's bringing up random stuff.
The last time I was engaged in a debate with Destiny, and it was with my wife, which I'll give it to him. I think he took round 1. I think we took round 2. Like, just to be fair.
I saw that.
That was kind of my take after reviewing it. And I try to be as fair as I possibly can, right? But, you know, when we were engaging back and forth, he essentially called me a liar. And I was like, no, motherfucker.
I told him he was wrong.
And I hit back, right? And I was like, no, you're wrong. What's a fucking servo? And then he kind of like moved on past that, right? So the thing is if Destiny challenges you and you hit him back with like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? He's not going to press you on it. But
no,
if he thinks you're a fucking liar, holy shit, that guy will drag your ass over the coals. He will fucking he would just rape your face, honestly.
No, this is actually a tactic of his. Like,
Tom, really quick.
Just real quick.
Okay. Hang on. Let Tom finish. Let Tom finish, Pedro, and then we'll get in, I promise.
This is a real tactic of his, like, that he talks about, where, like, if he's not sure if somebody's telling the truth, he will call them a liar, or he'll bring up something random, literally just make something up in the moment. Just make up some word and be like, oh, yeah, do you know about this? And if they don't say, that's not a thing, you're a freaking idiot, then he knows they're lying, and he will go off about how that's a real thing for the next 10 minutes and just drag them, like, because he knows now that if they don't know it's not a real thing, then they're lying. So yeah, he does this.
Well, I mean,
I feel like if Destiny had invented I feel like if Destiny had just made up the name for a couple of computer programming languages, I feel like Mia would have said he could write in those languages.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel like everything that I hear, like, you're giving him, like, a lot of credit. It's like, well, there's, like, partial truths in, like, what he's saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am wrong, you know, like, fuck me. But I just get the feeling of, like, somebody who's, like, Googled about, like, various subjects, has, like, loose knowledge about this and that, and then somehow is able to synthesize this into, like, some conversational skills that totally bullshit, like, the average individual. And it's just, like, kind of annoying me because it's, like, always all these half-truths, but they just don't add up to anything. I'm like, well, what the fuck is, like, the point of even starting then?
Right. There's this other guy who I think is a pretty genuine lib, right? You're muted, by the way, Pedro.
I am?
Yeah,
I
sorry.
am?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Cheshire Cat put forward exactly what I was going to say. We could have brought up anything fictional, and he would have known how to do it. This is the real thing. This is the real thing.
He synthesizes knowledge very effortlessly.
There's no humility here.
Well, so there's this this other guy. God, what is his name? He's been on the show a couple of times. Or he was on Politically Provoked a couple of times. Kind of sparring back and forth. Man, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he made a good point in the Discord when you know he was kind of discussing all this. And one of the things that he said that I honestly agree with is he's like, Miyo's a great propagandist, right? He's a phenomenal propagandist. You know what I mean? Like, if you're an outlier, you're not really listening to what he's actually saying, things like this. You know, he's a very effective propagandist. And it's like, the problem is that you can be an effective propagandist to a layman, but if your ideology gets pressed and you have nothing to back it up, like I was on the kill stream the other night, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'll fucking steal up to my argument the entire time. I don't give a shit what you call me. I don't care about your ad homs. I'm going to get my message out, right? Period. No matter what. This is my message. Fuck you. I'm not backing off of it. Well, it's like when he's pushed just a little bit, when the propagandist is pushed just a little bit, it's like they just kind of fall apart. You know what I mean? That's kind of my take. And I thought that was a great observation. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he is pretty slippery. I mean, like, I don't know. I have this general theory about him now. I honestly think that, like, Mio would be, like, the kind of, like, sociopath type. He just, like, is able to so effortlessly, like, spin tales out of, like, basically nothing. And, you know,
I couldn't imagine myself being taken in by some guy with a lolly avatar online. Just brings out as much as Mio.